Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Exchange. As you know, my name is Tim, and this is Brad. And Brad, it's that time of year again. It's bowl season, baby. College football bowl season is my favorite time of year, and I know it's this man's favorite time of year. So we're going to get into the New York Six bowl games. We're going to give you a little rundown of each game, prediction of scores of each game, and then we're going to get into the playoffs of the college football world.
I'm excited for the playoffs.
We're going to get into depth of each game, who we think is going to win, and then we're getting to the final whistle where we have a little twist at the end for the bet. So hope y'all stay tuned. So let's get into it now.
Let's jump right in to the first game of the playoffs. The 3 o'clock slate. You have Alabama and you have Cincinnati.
Yeah. The Cinderella of all Cinderella stories.
I'm pulling for them.
Oh,
I'm pulling for them.
I am too.
I think the whole world is pulling for Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, there was only 1 week I didn't like Cincinnati. Well, 2 weeks I didn't like Cincinnati.
What was
the week before we played them and the week after we played them. That's quarterback Desmond Ritter.
Ritter.
The dude can ball. He's a dual threat, and he doesn't even look like a dual threat quarterback.
No, but he's tall and them strides.
He's so tall. When I see him going to the huddle, and I see his running back come around beside him, I'm like, either he's really short or he's really tall.
Now, here is a key to this game, all right?
Is this a key to victory, or are you just...
Nope, this is just me spouting off. Jerome Ford, the running back for Cincinnati.
Yes.
Originally played for Alabama.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he transferred from Alabama to Cincinnati.
What a sweet, sweet victory that would be.
What that's telling me is they have talent on the team that I'm not going to say it's comparable to Alabama, but they have a player that was good enough to go to Alabama.
Yeah.
I think that says a lot. And I think he's going to be out. He's going to be on a mission.
Oh yeah.
A mission. Now, granted, whether he can complete that mission is a completely different.
I think he can. Alabama's offense, high-powered. We know this.
High-powered.
They are without Mechie, which is sad to see because the dude was on a tear.
He was.
All season long. He was going to set records, I think, if he would have kept pace of where he was before he got injured.
Oh,
yeah. Alabama records, not.
Right, yes.
But going against Cincinnati's high-powered defense, these cats create turnovers.
They do.
They're scrappy. They swarm to the ball. It's not just one person making a tackle.
No.
When you look at tape, there's 6 or 7 people
they play
around the ball when they get tackled.
They play really good team defense.
Yeah, unselfish.
Really good team defense. And I really think that, everybody is doubting them right now.
Because it's Alabama.
A lot of people don't think that they belong because, throughout the season, they had some, you can't call them hiccups because they didn't lose, but they had some close calls.
Had some scares.
Against some teams that they probably shouldn't have had close calls against. I get it that every team has those letdown games, after they beat Notre Dame. Obviously, that emotional toll that game had to take on them because, Notre Dame is a prestigious program.
Yeah.
You went to South Bend and beat them in their own house. That takes an emotional toll on you going into the next game.
Absolutely, it does.
But
Takes a toll on me.
I know it does.
I'm not even a player. I wake up after a big time win or devastating loss. I'm like, I don't want to even do anything today.
Yeah. So, I mean, you obviously know me. When I'm watching Ohio State game, I beat my chest. Anytime something good happens, I'm up, I'm pounding on my chest. Dude, I will wake up the next morning, my chest will hurt.
Yeah.
It's unreal. But, so I think everybody's doubting Cincinnati.
I think it's a big mistake.
I do too, because I think they have the talent. Like I said, they're not comparable in talent. They're not. Because Alabama just...
With the skill match basing.
They recruit so freaking well. It's unbelievable. Like, if you look at the recruiting rankings...
Oh, yeah.
It's like Alabama... Like, Georgia has actually been recruiting better than Alabama the last 2 or 3 years. And then you watch Georgia get mopped when they play them.
Yeah.
So something's going on down in Alabama. I don't know.
Something's in the water
I
down
don't.
there.
Yeah, I don't know if something's in the water or what. But
you hear my Brian Kelly accent there? There's something down in the water down there.
Can you say spiteful? But anyway,
Spiteful.
But anyway, we're flying off the handle again. No, I think Cincinnati can keep it competitive.
Yeah.
One player they have to watch out for. And it's not Bryce Young.
Okay.
Jamison Williams. The transfer from Ohio State. I have to add that in there. I have to. The transfer from Ohio State. He is probably the best deep threat in the country. The kid has so much speed. And he'll beat you on crossing routes. He'll beat you in a flat out street down the field. If you give this kid any sort of gap,
yeah.
Once the ball's in his hand, it's all over.
Got you.
You have to blanket him. So you got Sauce Gardner.
Oh.
You has to keep a blanket on Jamison Williams. A blanket on him. So if you're asking me, I understand Kobe Bryant is a really good corner as well.
Yeah.
For Cincinnati. I get that. But Sauce Gardner that's your guy. I think he has to follow Jamison Williams around the field.
So do you think Cincinnati's going to, for any snap, play man coverage?
I think they will.
Yeah.
Do
you think it's risky? Like, do you think that's the right move?
Oh, it's risky because if, say, that corner falls down or...
I'm saying I understand the corners and everything, but in zone you have the safety coverage for backup.
I mean,
you really don't have that in man unless you were double covering.
You don't, but
who would you rather cover or double cover? Williams or the other receiver that you were talking about?
The other receiver for Alabama?
Yeah.
I don't know who the other receiver is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Mechie and Jamison Williams, but Mechie's not playing.
Yeah, there was another one we were just talking about. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, Jamison Williams is going to be the main target here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, and obviously it's Alabama. Alabama can run the football. They run the football.
They're not that high ranked.
They're not as good. They're not as good as they normally are.
I think they're like 58.
Really?
Yeah, they're way average, like below their average.
Really? But obviously they want to throw the ball first. Everybody's watching.
Pretty much what they got.
Yeah, everybody's watched that all year long.
Yep.
The thing that I question about the zone is back to the gaps on Jamison Williams. If he's crossing zones, there are holes there where people are not around him. And you can't have that. Not with him. Not with him.
What if they drop 8?
I mean...
Yeah, 4 DBs, 4 linebackers.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I'm just saying they could. If
I mean, they could, and it tightens up the zones. But I don't think you can afford to not have somebody within a yard of him. If he touches the ball,
Texas A&M did it.
Texas A&M did do it. I mean,
it's doable.
It's doable. It's definitely doable.
You're making it seem like this kid's just going to go on a rampage right now.
He might.
Yeah, obviously he might. The dude's talented, and I don't know. I want to talk more about Cincinnati, because I personally think Cincinnati's going to win this game.
Really?
Yeah. Another bold prediction.
That's a bolder one than the last one you had. Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually picking Cincinnati for this game. Lou Fickell has done an amazing job building this team up to where it's at right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it's recruiting or transfers that people want to come.
They do. They want to
play for Lou Fickell.
Yep.
And
now they're going into the Big 12 here in a couple of years.
Right. And so I just think that factors in, and Alabama's been here before. They've been here almost every year. This is the first time Cincinnati, who is representing...
They're going to come out swinging.
They're representing the lesser conferences that have never been here before. And I think that's just going to, like you always talk about, that's going to pump them up, that's going to get them there. That's what's going to be the edge factor.
Oh, they're going to come out swinging. They're going to come out swinging.
And I think it's going to be enough to disrupt Alabama, where they are not as high-powered as they normally are. And I think Cincinnati's going to capitalize on it.
It's very possible.
Yeah, it's possible, and I think it's going to happen. Tomorrow night.
I hope so.
At 3 o'clock, you're going to see the start of a game where the biggest upset in college football playoffs is going to happen. Past and present.
I hope so.
I don't even think if Cincinnati pulls this off, I don't think there's another story in the future that would compare to Cincinnati upsetting Alabama.
Unless you had like a Western Michigan or something like that pop in or something, but unlikely. No, Cincinnati's going to come out swinging. Like, they're not going to leave anything on the field.
Oh no,
that's one thing about a Luke Fickell coach team. They are going to give it everything they have because they know coming in. You got to figure Alabama probably doesn't respect Cincinnati.
You always got to go in respecting your opponent. And Nick Saban being the coach, you know dang well he's not going to let any player sleep on any other player on Cincinnati's side. That's the coach Nick Saban is.
That's fine. That's fine. But you hear all the talk.
Oh, that happens with every game.
Oh, I know.
There's talk in every game.
Oh, I know.
But this is a Nick Saban squad. They're going to come to the field ready to play. Getting off the bus, they're going to be ready to play. They ain't suited up yet.
They better hope so.
And I don't think that's going to be enough.
But, on the other hand, again, Bryce Young,
yeah.
I mean, first off, I don't think Bryce Young has a letdown. I don't think Bryce Young has a letdown. Let me get that clear. Like, I think he's going to come out and play.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a good game. I just think Cincinnati's going to have a better game.
I hope so. I do. So, no, I think it's going to come down. It's going to come down to how Cincinnati stops the run and how they play Jamison Williams. That's going to be the key.
Okay.
And keeping Bryce Young contained.
Yeah, got to keep him contained.
Because that's not.
Alabama's
easy
also got to
either.
keep Ritter contained.
I mean, that's true, but Bryce Young runs more than Desmond
Well,
Ritter.
yeah, but what a better way to fool Alabama's defense by doing something they normally don't do.
Which you're going to see that in this game.
Yeah.
By both teams.
Absolutely.
You're going to see stuff by both teams that you haven't seen all year long. So I'm excited for it. Like I said, I hope Cincinnati pulls this off.
Yeah.
I hope and pray that they pull this off.
So, leading with that, I have a hypothetical question for you.
Okay, what is it?
Say Alabama just wipes the floor Cincinnati.
Yep.
Do you think a non-Power 5 conference team ever gets back into the playoffs?
Ever gets back in the playoffs?
Without being expanded. Just 4 teams.
I think Cincinnati could have another shot at getting back in the playoffs.
Do you think they'd let them back in if Alabama just, like, 56-6?
Depends. It depends on how the regular season played out again. Like,
So if they went undefeated, like they did this year,
yeah,
you think they'd let that happen again?
yes.
With comparative a Oklahoma State,
Well, because
Notre Dame.
I still think Cincinnati's getting better on the recruiting.
Cincinnati's getting better, yeah.
And so,
But it's a non-Power 5 conference.
not for
And
long.
well, yeah, they're going to be Big 12. But I don't know. I don't think them ever letting one back
I
in.
still think they let them in.
Because they barely let Cincinnati in with undefeated season.
I mean, that's true. Like I said, it depends on how the regular season plays out. Like,
I don't know what you mean by that because Cincinnati won undefeated season. I'm saying the same thing.
well, no, I understand.
a non-Power
that. I'm
5
talking
team
about
would
with
have
other
to go
teams. I'm
undefeated.
talking about with other teams.
They would have to go undefeated.
Who?
Any other non-Power 5 team
Oh, yes.
would have to go undefeated to make it.
Well, first off, I don't think any other non-Power 5 team would get in except for Cincinnati. If it's going to be a non-Power 5 team, it's going to be Cincinnati.
Okay.
Once Cincinnati joins the Big 12, then it probably won't ever happen again.
Okay.
But I don't think it hinges on this game whether or not they can get back in. But, I mean, it would have been the same this year if you had a Pac-12 team that was a one-loss or whatever. They probably get in over Cincinnati. So they would need...
Notre Dame was one loss.
Yeah, well, they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing kept Notre Dame out of it was the dang team that was in front of them.
Yep.
That beat them.
Exactly. But, you know...
I just wish we had played them later in the season when we got our crap together.
Well, that's how the chips fell.
But
But...
the cookie crumbled.
The way the cookie crumbled. But, no. I think if the season played out like it did this year, with no Pac-12 team,
You won't get out of that, will you?
I won't. Because that's how they got in.
I know that's how they got in. I still don't think they would have let Oregon back in.
If they had one
Oregon has never done well. They're like, I think they made it to the championship game against Ohio State.
Yep.
And just got embarrassed.
Yep, they did.
Embarrassed. Was that the one with Marcus Mariota?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So
look where he's at now. I don't even know what team he's on. I think
he's on the Raiders.
Is he still on Las Vegas?
He is on the Raiders. He's back.
I almost said Oakland.
But no. So I think they can still get in. Due to circumstances, they could still get in again.
I don't think so.
But it would be Cincinnati. It wouldn't be anybody else.
Okay.
Nobody is on Cincinnati's level right now.
All right.
In the non-power 5.
So just real quick, just a real quick answer. If Cincinnati beats Alabama, do you see a different non-Power 5 team?
No.
Making it they have an undefeated season. They beat a top 10 team while doing it. Get into the playoffs.
Depends. Depends on how the prior couple seasons went.
I'm just hypothetically, if they went
No.
undefeated, beat a top 10 team to get there.
No.
And that was the only undefeated team's loss. They still don't get in the playoffs?
The only undefeated team's lost. So you're talking like the Notre Dame Cincinnati situation. Probably not.
No? Okay.
Probably not. I'm going to go with probably not.
Got it.
So,
All right. So let's get into scoring predictions for this game.
Ooh. All right. Well, you got the bold prediction of the day.
Yes, I do.
Let's go. What is it?
So it's Cincinnati 31, Alabama 24. It's probably going to be more high scoring than that. But I'm going with Cincinnati's defense dealing out Alabama's offense until Alabama figures it out in the second half. But still, again, they don't get it going. So I think it's going to be kind of low scoring, 24-31. Cincinnati.
Like I have reiterated in this clip here, I want Cincinnati to win this game. I want them to win it.
Well, who are you predicting to win, Brad?
Alabama's going to win this game. They're going to win the game.
Wrong.
And
Wrong.
they're going to win it by a pretty decent margin.
Wrong.
I'm going to go Alabama 48-28.
That hurt.
That hurt me too. But
I want them to win so bad, but they're going to lose by 20 points.
they are. It's like we're in this scenario that we were just talking about with will they ever get back in? But I don't think they can stop Alabama's offense.
All right. Well, that's all for that one. Why don't we get into your second most favorite team in the world, the Michigan Wolverines.
I quit.
Going against the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't know what bowl it is. Cotton Bowl?
No.
No.
They're in the Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl. Oh, yeah. They're down in Florida.
Cotton Bowl is Alabama.
Yep.
So, okay. So let's get into this one.
Yeah, this one's more intriguing.
A lot more intriguing.
Like you have the Cinderella story with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But this one, 2-3, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, Michigan on the uprise, Georgia on a plantain of I'm good, but
Yeah, but
I
not
never
great.
beat expectations.
That's true.
And
the way the SEC's playing in the bowl season right now, woo! I'm pretty sure.
all of them?
I don't think they've won one yet. I don't think they've won a bowl game yet.
Oh.
No, because Tennessee lost earlier.
Yeah, Tennessee lost.
And a lot of those teams played Georgia.
Yeah.
Granted, Georgia beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, well,
But
see, this is where I'm stuck with this because I haven't watched Georgia play that much.
I haven't really either.
I watched the SEC title game. I think it was the Georgia Tech game where it wasn't really a game. It was just onslaught.
Right.
But it was on. I watched it. Michigan, on the other hand, living in Michigan, their game's on TV.
Yeah.
You turn on the college football, it shows you Michigan. So I'm more familiar with Michigan. And I'm so surprised on how Jim Harbaugh has turned this program around compared to his other teams. Like, something is different with all his other campaigns to this one. And I dove deeper onto this subject. And Jim Harbaugh said the only thing that is different between this team and others is this is a player-led squad. The leaders on the team are the ones sailing the ship.
I see that.
Jim Harbaugh is just the compass, telling them where to go.
That's so corny. He would say something like that.
Actually, I just made that up.
You just said Jim Harbaugh said it.
Well, Jim Harbaugh said this is a team-led or a player-led team.
Oh.
I added the last part.
Oh, you're corny.
Whatever. But no, that's...
I can see that.
And with all those seniors on there on defense, I see why.
I feel like they turned a corner this year. And they're playing really well right now.
Yes.
I hate saying it. I think I brought this up in a previous podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for this game. I've never been excited for a Michigan game in my whole life. And I'm usually nervous watching them because they're normally playing my team. But
yeah. Like, you're excited for the game, but you're not excited to watch Michigan.
No, not at all. But I'm excited for the game because Michigan wants to run the football. That is their bread and butter.
Oh, yeah.
They want to run the football, and they want to run it right at you.
Yep. You got a Sam Haskins, Blake Corum.
Yep.
That's a potent bunch right there.
But Georgia's rush defense is their bread and butter. They're like earlier when we talked about Iowa and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Georgia is a defensive-led team. And yes, Alabama showed Michigan a lot by beating the brakes off Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think now Georgia is pissed.
I don't think so.
I do.
I think they're
You don't think they're embarrassed?
No, I think they're stuck on this plateau. Kirby Smart, as great of a coach as he is,
I wouldn't call him great.
Well, for Georgia, he's been great recruiting, and he just can't get over the hump. Jim Harbaugh's been there in Michigan. Been great. Just can't get over that hump. Jim Harbaugh this year has gotten over that first hump and beating Ohio State.
Yep.
Georgia has not done that.
No.
So, and I think Kirby Smart's been there. He's been there a while, hasn't he?
I don't think he's been there quite as long as Jim Harbaugh's been at Michigan.
No, I think Kirby Smart's been there 5-6 years, right?
Something like 5, probably.
All right, but you see it going nowhere. Georgia was already a contender before Kirby got there.
Right.
I think he's leveled him up, but he can't get over that hump. So
not many Nick Saban old assistants can.
No. So I think everyone's just let down. I don't think they're mad. I think they're let down.
I do. I think
because they've been here every year.
I think they feel embarrassed.
And they should.
They should. They definitely
embarrassed,
should.
And then they let down. They don't want to show themselves again.
Oh.
Because they're going against...
I think they're out for redemption.
I don't think they're going to get it. This defense, Aiden Hutchinson, David Ajabo.
Yep.
Not really sure, but their corner Dax...
He's not there.
He was on the way, is the last thing that I read. Jim Harbaugh wouldn't comment on it, but he said he should be here today. We'll discuss it later.
Oh.
Like, we'll find out more after he gets here.
I had just seen...
He said he was dealing with stuff. I don't think it's team-related. I think it was personal. Like I said, we won't dive into much personal player issues.
No, that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Yeah. But if he plays, like...
I mean, if he plays, it's obviously a big boost. And yes, that defense is fantastic.
And Stetson
Bennett is your quarterback.
Is your quarterback. You said on the other
I did.
podcast.
I don't think he's the answer.
He is not the answer if you want Georgia to win the game. And he's playing, sir.
I know. That makes me worrisome.
First of all, what'd you pick?
What's my pick for the game?
Yeah, what's your pick for the game? Just so I can get your perspective on your discussion here.
God, you're putting me on the spot here.
Oh, you telling me you don't have one already?
I don't.
What was that? This discussion going to lead you to your decision?
Yes.
Oh.
I feel like it's a toss-up.
Yeah?
It's a toss-up game.
I ain't got no coin.
We don't. I should. I think it's obviously it's going to be close. I'm just trying to think in my head, can Michigan score enough points? But then I think, can Georgia score enough points?
Stetson get the ball off.
Oh, he'll get the ball
with
off.
Those edge rushers coming along, those linebackers.
I think Georgia's going to try to run the ball.
Good luck.
You
don't think their defense goes against one of the top 2 running backs in Michigan?
Oh,
every week?
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But put me on the spot, Tim. You got me all flustered.
All right, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and put my pick out there now.
Okay.
I think Michigan's going to take this. I think it's going to be a non-easy win. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a 1-possession game for darn near the whole game. I think it's going to be just whatever one team does,
kind of back and
the
forth.
other team's going to do it, and then stops, score, then another score, stops. It's going to be that kind of a chess game.
Okay.
I think late in the game, the fourth quarter, Michigan's defense is going to step up, get the stops that they need, get the ball back, drive down the field, last minute touchdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the scores yet in my head.
I think it's going to be...
But I do have Michigan by 7.
I think it's going to be more like a 3-point game. To be quite honest with you.
Well, that's bad news for Georgia, because Michigan's got one of the best kickers in the country.
Yeah.
Jake Moody.
But who has the ball last?
We don't know.
Don't
The
know.
game hasn't been played yet, Brett.
That's true. So, obviously, I think Michigan's going to be competitive. I just said it's going to be, I think, a 3-point game. I think Georgia wins it.
Yeah.
Something
It
like
seemed
that.
like that didn't want to come out of your mouth. Yeah, just Georgia.
I'd say the same thing about Michigan. I just don't know where to go.
I don't even think
I don't know where to go with it. Because either team can win it. Either team.
Do you lose fan points from Ohio State if you pick Michigan to win this game?
I don't know.
I think you do.
First off, I'll never root for Michigan to win. Ever. In my entire life, I will never do it. So
then why pick them?
I'm rooting for Georgia.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm trying to put my biased hat on, or my unbiased hat on, and really look at the game itself.
Yeah.
And yes, Aiden Hutchinson is a beast. David Ajabo is a beast. They are absolutely hard to contain. But something in my gut tells me that Georgia's going to make just enough plays.
Yeah.
To give their kicker a chance. So I'm going to go Georgia and a 3-point win.
Georgia and a 3-point win.
Yeah.
All right. Now, do you want to get into more talking points with this game?
I mean, we can. I mean, I think we covered obviously Michigan's defense. Whether or not Daxton Hill's going to be there.
What about Michigan's offense? Passing offense.
Passing offense. That's a...
Cade McNamara.
He's accident prone.
You think he's accident prone?
Yes. Or
How
mistake prone.
So you think it makes
he has a habit besides the Ohio State game.
And Iowa. I said Iowa. And the Iowa game.
The Iowa game.
That's like a practice.
Yeah, basically. So we'll just throw that one out. Okay. Screw the Iowa game.
Okay.
Besides the Ohio State game, which he didn't make that critical error. Every other big game,
You think he's just finding his stride at the end of the season?
No, I don't think he's any different than he ever has been. But that's going to be a key.
Oh.
That's going to be a key.
You
to
have
the
your
game.
bias hat on.
No,
Take the unbiased hat
I don't have my bias hat on.
on.
I'm stating facts.
You just stated that. Like, no.
I'm stating facts, Tim. Every other big game he's been involved in,
Yeah.
he makes a critical error, fumble, interception, something along those lines, and it upsets
They still
everything.
end up winning, except for the Michigan State game.
I said big games. Big games.
Penn State.
Penn State was a big game.
Yeah, that was a big game.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was a big game.
How is that a big game?
I'm talking about just the magnitude of the game.
No, that ain't a big game. Not this year. No. They had 2 big games this year.
It was. Because it's Big Ten. It's a Big Ten rival game.
No. That was not a big game this year. It wasn't.
What?
Michigan State, Ohio State was big games this year.
It was exciting. I mean,
Probably
McNamara hit the tight end with
shouldn't have
under
been.
3 minutes to go.
Shouldn't have been.
Penn State is always, that's a good team. They just had an off year.
Yeah, terrible year.
Yeah.
That wasn't a big game this year. Not this year.
Would you have said Purdue and Ohio State was a big game?
No.
That's not what he said before the game. He was so nervous.
That's just because in 2018 they came off and whipped our ass.
That happened 3 years ago.
Yeah, 18. That's what I said.
You're so nervous from a game 3 years ago.
Yes.
That's like saying, so you're going to be nervous for the Michigan game next year? Since
Yeah, I'm nervous about that game regardless.
I know, that's a dumb question.
whether we beat them by 50 or
dumb question.
dumb question.
What about Oregon? If you ever play Oregon again?
Yeah, I'll be nervous.
Did you play Oregon again? Was that a home?
Nope.
No, that was just
That
one time?
well, it was a home and home, but it got canceled last year.
Oh.
So next year they got a home and home,
With Notre Dame.
which
And you know what they're going to do? They're going to play like a champion.
I know they are.
Did I point? Yeah, I pointed over there.
Yeah, I know. Ohio State will play like a champion. I know.
No. I mean, they probably will too. We'll be better.
No, you won't. Anyway, we're off topic again. We gotta quit making this about our teams.
It's hard.
So, back to the Michigan-Georgia game. Stetson Bennett worries me just as much as Cade McNamara worries me for Michigan.
Yep.
Why are you laughing? Okay, tell me how you see this going.
What?
For Cade McNamara.
Cade McNamara?
What do you think about Cade McNamara?
Solid arm. I will agree. Decision making.
You just argued with me about it for 10 minutes.
No, I'm just saying that's not what all he's about. Like, he makes the big time throws and the big time moments.
Questionable.
Any quarterback makes mistakes.
That's true.
I think you highlight it more because you're an Ohio State fan.
No, I'm just saying in big moments. He's had
Big
more
moments, yes.
critical. He's had more critical errors in big moments.
Then who? He's
than-
had more than who?
than most.
Than most. You got stats?
I'll bring him next time.
All right, bring the stats. I want to see.
I bet he's got at least 2 fumbles in this game.
He'll have 2 fumbles in it? Is that your bold prediction?
2 fumbles and an interception.
Oh my goodness. 3 turnovers by a single quarterback in one game.
Yep.
And you were hard to find a winner of this game?
It's still going to be a 3-point game. It's still going to be a 3-point game. I'm just saying.
Well, how many of those fumbles do they lose?
1.
Oh, okay. So only 1 really matters.
1 and an interception.
All right. 1 and 1's not bad. I mean, I'm a Lions fan.
It's going to be a critical time.
I'm used to 3
It's going to be a critical time. One of them.
Well, yeah,
One of them turnovers is going to be a critical time.
What's a critical time? Like third down and
like
a third down?
Third down or late in the game, he could fumble the snap on 1st and 10 with 30 seconds to go.
So that's in bed.
Could.
Good. Why you fixated on?
I bet on Cade McNamara. I bet on Cade McNamara to do it before I went Stetson Bennett.
Really?
Yep.
You want to go into our final whistle bet right now? Who has the first turnover of that game?
The first turnover of that game. Are we going like between
The quarterbacks.
quarterbacks?
Yep. So if neither quarterback has a turnover, it's a draw. No winner of the bet.
Okay. I'll go with Cade McNamara. I'll take it.
You're going to take it?
Yep.
All right. I'll think of the punishment while we're wrapping this up.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about this one.
I'm confident about this one, actually.
All right.
Some bitch.
So, once again, let's get into Michigan's passing offense. And I think we've talked about this before. If Georgia's defense stops the run, do you think Cade McNamara, in non-critical moments, can keep up with Georgia's offense?
Probably.
Okay. So you think Georgia's defense stops the run, that's not going to be enough to win the game? Okay. I think we're ready to get into final prediction scores.
Okay. Let's get it.
Unless you had anything else.
I don't think I have anything else. I think we covered it. We went off the rails a few times.
Bound to happen.
It happens with us all the time.
Yeah, so get used to it.
But yeah, let's get into the final predictions for this game. I'm gonna let you kick it off. I know who you have winning. What's the score?
Michigan.
I already said that. I knew who you had.
24. Georgia. 17.
Definitely not high enough. I'm just saying. So
they both got great defenses. I didn't want to put it too high.
Yeah, but that's not high enough, I don't think. Not for this game. But I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So my final score prediction is going to be Georgia 38, Michigan 35.
Yeah, I can't wait.
This
is going to be a great next few days.
Oh, man, I can't wait. It's my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
Favorite time of year. Because I can watch, there's bowl games on all the time.
All the time.
And I can watch any college football game. Any of them.
Oh, yeah. With its bowl games? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm super excited. I know he's super excited.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, question. Before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about any of the bowl games that happened today? Because when we're recording this, Purdue, Tennessee,
Michigan State,
Pitt happened today.
We can recap them real quick. I'm talking real quick.
Real quick.
So, Purdue, Tennessee.
Purdue. Let's get into that. What a game.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there. Boom.
It really, from the jump, it looked like Tennessee was going to run away and hide.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I don't know what happened to Aiden O'Connell, but yes, he threw 3 interceptions in this game, but he also threw for 527 yards and 5 touchdowns.
He just flipped the switch.
I guess. But, yeah, I thought, I actually started watching this game at work on my phone.
It's dedication right there.
And it didn't look good for Purdue.
It didn't.
So
they did have that response. I did like the response. Like Tennessee went down there, scored. First play after Purdue got the ball back. Touchdown.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And then I didn't see the second half until I looked on my phone and I was like, son of a gun. It's 45-45 and they're going to overtime. So then I flipped my phone back on because I wasn't at home.
Mm-hmm.
I flipped my phone back on to watch overtime.
You got a flip phone?
I wish. I used to. But
So I flipped my phone.
Flip my phone. But anyway, so I turned my phone back on to watch overtime. And at one point, I thought Tennessee was just going to, they had like a 4th and 2. I thought, okay, they're going to kick a field goal. Purdue's going to have to score a touchdown to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Went for it on 4th. Got it. And then, which it was questionable at the goal line because they moved the ball to the goal line.
Yeah.
Well, moved the ball to the goal line, took a sack, went back to the 8, got the ball back to the goal line, and then Purdue comes up with a controversial 4th down stop. So controversial. So they called the runner down, says forward progress will stop before he crossed the goal line. So, and then it went to review, got confirmed. Huge 4th down stop, obviously, for Purdue. Purdue goes down to the other end, pretty vanilla, runs the ball 3 times, kicks the game-winning field goal.
That's it.
Unbelievable. So there's Purdue, Tennessee. Now let's get into Michigan State and Pitt.
All right. So while we were recording this, we had the game on.
Had to turn it off because
Had
you
to
couldn't
turn it
quit
off.
looking at it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, all right. So we had to turn it off, yeah. But during halftime, we looked up the score, and I was surprised because before we turned it off, Pitt looked like it had this game handled.
I mean, it definitely looked like they were in command at that point.
Until the 4th quarter. Michigan State, for some odd reason,
21
turned the
unanswered
dial
points.
up to 11.
21 unanswered points in the 4th quarter.
Which is weird. Like, because they started off the game on fire like they always do.
Yeah, it was 7-7.
Then went silent.
It was 7-7, and then it was 14, and then they
14-10.
Yeah, and then they went into halftime at 14-10. Pitt came out, scored in the 3rd quarter, making it 21-10, and then like I said, I don't know what happened in the 4th quarter, but Michigan State decided to turn it on.
31-21 final score.
Yeah,
That is insane.
Yeah, I definitely didn't.
I wish we would have watched it.
Yeah,
But we love talking to y'all. We love talking sports. So that's the price we're going to pay. Thank God for Sports Center.
but I'm glad another Big Ten team won. I think they're undefeated right now in bowl season.
Until Arkansas whoops Penn State.
Well, Wisconsin is playing Arizona State right now. Never know how that's going to turn out either.
All right, let's wrap this up so we can start watching that one. Because that seems like a good game. Herm Edwards still in Arizona State?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
All right. I like Herm Edwards.
Me too. But anyway, so we're going to get out of here. We're
right.
going to watch that game. And we...
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
We got to get into the final whistle.
Oh, what's the final whistle?
All right. So let's get into the final whistle right now. All right. So here we are for the final whistle. We already had the bet established. Which quarterback is going to have the first turnover in the Orange Bowl?
Yep. Michigan.
Cade McNamara.
Georgia.
Or
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett.
I took Cade McNamara to
Had the first turnover. Whether it be an interception or a fumble.
Yep.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does turnover and downs count?
No.
All right. So turnover and downs don't count.
Nope.
All right. Just got to establish
That's not on the quarterback. That's not on the quarterback.
It is if he throws an incompletion.
Still not. No. I don't count that. No, absolutely not. That's stupid.
All right. So now we're up to the punishment of the loser of this bet.
Okay. I've lost 2 in a row, so it can't get any much better.
And I think we're going to do something a little different.
Oh, God.
We're just starting out. But we do have some viewers out there. We're going to let them decide what the loser of the bet has to do for the next episode.
Well, that worries me.
So that's what we're going to do. So if you're watching this and you got to this point, comment down below what you want the loser of the bet to do.
And it'll be on next week's show.
Yeah, well, and we have to do it because it's on the internet. So we got to do it.
Got to own up to it.
Yeah. So
clearly.
Yeah. Now beam me up, Scotty. I had to once with you wearing it. I had to. You know you're wearing Star Trek, right?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know anything about Star Trek.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. It's his. Let's
it
be
is,
honest. It's not mine.
My wife's got a thing for Captain Kirk. Or Luke Picard.
We're getting too personal.
Okay,
Okay, so now that the bet is set, you guys comment down below. Let us know what you want to see us do, or the loser to do.
Which is going to be this guy.
And you guys enjoy this college football bowl season, New Year's Six Bowls, college football playoff. You guys enjoy it. Let us know some of your predictions, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel down below because we love talking to y'all. We want to engage with you. So hit that notification button.
Let us know you're watching.
Let us know you're watching.
And
all right?
If you guys have questions, ask them, and we will make sure to get to them on the next episode.
Believe me, I had nothing else better to do.
You don't. You're home. You're not working right now.
I'm not working right now.
You don't work in the winter.
So, once again, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And that bell notification is very important. Because that lets you know when we upload our next show. All right. Stay tuned to the next time. That sign off could have been better.
Yeah. We kind of I walked off with it.
Oh.
It was like, no, I was gone.